Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily if you're new here. Today's video is a very exciting video. I am going to be filming the books and makeup tag. Now, a bunch of us booktubers here on Booktube will be collaborating to post this video, so I will link everyone else's videos down in the description. I am so excited to do this. I actually used to be obsessed with doing my own makeup back in the day. Like, I used to do my makeup religiously. I used to watch beauty gurus. I was influenced by beauty girlies back in the day, and I had so much makeup. So why not put together the books and makeup tag? Because who doesn't love watching people do their makeup and talking about books? Anywho, so I do have the questions on my iPad. I will be going through them and we'll be doing our makeup together. So you may be wondering why I'm wearing an Oodie, and that is because Oodie kindly sent me an Oodie to review, so that is what I'll be doing in this video as well. I will be sitting here doing my makeup, talking about books, living my life in my Oodie. And as you can tell, I got this SpiderMan Hoodie and I'm so obsessed because I love Spider-Man. Love. And when they said I could choose that, I was done deal. I love Spider-Man, the best. I have already owned an Oodie for years now. I've had my Otter Oodie for like maybe 2.5-3 years now, and I wear it all the time. Even in summer I wear it all the time. It is just so cozy, and after a long day at work you just want to like get comfortable, and you get on the lounge and you get in your Oodie and it's the best feeling. It just automatically gives you that snuggle feeling, and I just love it so much. The Oodie came in this packaging, and the Oodie is currently working towards their logistics and fulfillment more carbon neutral, so that's why it comes in a vacuum seal bag instead of the polyester bags that used to send them in. It is a Spider-Man Oodie. It comes so beautifully packaged. There was a little note: we wanted to get your new scrumptious and utterly buttery item to you as fast as possible, so our cuddle consultants have vacuum sealed in the coziness and sent it into a deep sleep. To wake up your new item and bring it back to its fluffiest and puffiest self, we recommend washing it as per care instructions. So I'll definitely will be washing this after this video, but I'm just so pumped. It is so cute. It is so convenient, especially when you wake up in the morning and it's still cold in like early spring, summer. So this is what the Spider-Man print looks like. I'm just so excited. So this is my Oodie. I would just like to say thank you so much to the Oodie for sending me an Oodie. I am so excited about this Spider-Man one. I love the Spider-Man franchise, so I will be wearing this a lot. Now, if you are interested, you can use my code BooksByEmily35 and it will get you $35 off. I will put my affiliate link down below. Yes, it is affiliated, so I will receive a 15% commission off each purchase, but I hope you guys may be interested in purchasing yourself one because they are so comfortable. And if you are going into winter or autumn winter, my American friends, it's perfect for not putting the AC on and the heaters on. Just put your Oodie on and you don't have to use electricity. So convenient in that case as well. They are also cruelty free. The fleece is all polyester, which is fantastic. That's what we want to hear. But without further ado, let's go through the questions and start applying our makeup. First step is primer, which I will be using the Baby Skin by Maybelline. I have had this one for ages. It is a pore minimizing primer. So I did wash my hands as well before I started filming, because bacteria on your face, if you are prone to acne, always wash your hands before touching your face, because that is how we break out. Now that might have had glitter on it actually. Oops. Okay, so primer is pick a book that left a lasting impression. Now I will have to say the book that has 100% literally put such an imprint on my life, and that would be Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This has given me the most lasting impression that a book has ever given me. I still think about this book today. I read this back in January, I think, and I have not stopped thinking about it. I love this book with my whole heart. I love the Daisy Jones and the Sixth Band. I love the show adaptation. I love the album that they came out with Riley Keough and Sam Claflin and the band. It was so good. And if you have not already read this book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I highly recommend that you pick it up, because this has changed my life. And I'm not even being dramatic. It has genuinely changed my life. I had gone through every single emotion reading this book. Miller is my love. Daisy is my love. It is so heart-wrenching, emotional. There are some dark topics in this book. Love is such a big one as well. Love it. So the second step is foundation, which is pick your favorite first book in a series. So for foundation, I don't actually use foundation, I just use BB cream. So I have this one from the chemist. It is just an all-in-one skin perfector by the DB brand, and I've had it for ages. And yes, I apply it straight onto my face because it is literally so light, like you can't even tell that it's really on your skin, but I can tell. It just gives me a little bit of glow. Okay. So that is my foundation on. I think that's definitely good enough. It's very, very light. You probably can't even tell a difference. So the book that I have picked for this one is actually a book that you may not have heard of. That is Angel Fall by Susan E. This is the first book in a trilogy. So this book is the first book in the Penryn and the End of Days series. It is a dystopian Fallen Angel series, and I loved this first book so much. It is so good. The characters, so good. So Raph is an angel and he has fallen, and the angels have taken over the world. So it is post-apocalyptic, and it is so good. It's YA, but it is so action-packed, and I had the best time reading this book. I actually got it on a blind date with a book, and I am so glad that I did because I loved this series. So the synopsis of Angel Fall. It has been 6 weeks since the angels returned to Earth and destroyed the world as we know it. When they fly away with a helpless little girl, her sister Penryn will do anything to get her back. So yes, Penryn's sister has been taken by the angels, and it is her mission now to go find her at basically their center point. They have created this town, and it is where they rule of the world. It's so good. I highly recommend it. So the next step is concealer. I use a CoverGirl True Blend concealer. It is like a Tarte Shape Tape dupe sort of thing. The doe tip applicator is very thick, so I only apply a little bit under my eyes. Now my technique is completely different to everyone else's, so do not judge my makeup techniques, because I used to be so particular, but now I just don't care. To be honest. Just going to use my sponge again. Now I'm going to go straight in with powder because I don't want that to crease. So I use the Fit Me powder as well by Maybelline. It just looks like this, and it's quite dirty, so I've had it for a while as well. So I just pat that under my eyes and on my chin, nose, and all over. Okay, so concealer's question was, pick a character you wish you could get rid of. That is so easy for me. Dane from Fourth Wing. If you have not read this book, please go read it. I hated Dane. He was so annoying, so annoying, and he is the one character whom I wish that I could get rid of permanently, and wish that he was never written in a book, because no, red flag central. No. And then powder was pick your favorite last book in a series. Okay, so I actually read that question wrong. I thought it was pick your least favorite last book in a series, but it is pick your favorite last book in a series. and that is Kingdom of the Feared by Kerri Maniscalco. I read this back in December. I love Raph and Emily so much, so it is my favourite last book in a series because this is the last book in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. If you have not read that series, I do recommend it. I thought it was really fun. It's not for everyone, I don't think. There is a bit of spice in the last book. The first 2 books there was no spice, even though it is like an adult fantasy romance, but there was no spice in the first 2 books. So go into that knowing it is very angsty. Enemies to lovers, obsessed, absolutely obsessed. And I really want to read the Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. I've heard really good things about that as well, but this is my favorite last book in a series. So the next step is eyebrows, and I cannot do eyebrows at all, really. I suck at my eyebrows. I used to have like pomade and stuff that I liked using, but now I just use like a Maybelline pencil, and I honestly suck at doing eyebrows because my eyebrow hairs are invisible, as I am a redhead, a ginger. I have very light hair and it is hard to navigate sometimes. So those eyebrows will have to do. I apologize if they are not sisters, but they are cousins, very distant cousins, because I suck at doing my eyebrows in dull lighting. Now, Eyebrows was a book that you think everyone should read, and for me, I took this as like all ages sort of vibe. So I'm going with Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I only just recently read this, but I think everyone should read this of all ages. It is a middle grade book, and it is more of like a horror middle grade. I would definitely call it horror. It is very creepy for a middle grade, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed it, and I feel like everyone of all ages will get a thrill out of this book. So we follow Coraline, and Coraline is not the kind of girl to be put off by a sign of danger read in some tea leaves and or need a message sent to her by some very talented mice. No, she is the kind of girl who faces a challenge with bravery, intelligence, and a lot of determination, which is just as well because she is going to need all the skills and more in this wonderful spooky tale of a girl caught on the wrong side of a door with counterfeit parents who have buttons for eyes and who clearly do not intend to set her free. Read it if you dare. 100%, it is such a fun spooky time. I had the best time reading it. I actually buddy read this with Liv, who is also doing the books and makeup tag. But just for reference, this cover is creepy. Even the back, creepy faces. The next step is eyeshadow. So I usually just stick to my burgundy, bronzy, burnt orange tones. This is my Huda Beauty nude palette, which I use on a day-to-day basis. I just love the colors in this little palette. You can do so many looks with this: daytime looks, nighttime looks, smoky looks. Absolutely love it. So I'm just going to go in with the first color on the left, and I'm going to put that in my crease. I love a burnt orange in my crease. I personally like wearing bronzy orangey tones because my eye color is green and it contrasts my eyes and makes them pop out so much more. So that is why I like to wear these colors. I feel like they just suit my eye color the best, as well as my red hair. So I'm not great at eyeshadow, but this is my favorite part of my routine, is doing my eyeshadow. I always enjoy doing my eyeshadow the most. Okay, and then I will go in with a different brush. So I'm going to go with this like flat compacted brush, and I'll be using this top right color here. I'm putting that in my outer crease, and then blending that in. I don't hold my brushes very well, so don't come for me. Right, so it looks something like this now, and then I'm going to go in with a little brush, and I'm going to go in with this darker color, and I'm just going to put that right on the lash line and blend that up as well, and put it in my inner corner, so it kind of makes like a halo eye. Bigger brush again, I'm going to go back in with that top shade, and I'm going to put that back in the crease and just blend all those colors in. So we have something like this, and then I'm just going to go in with that middle shade at the top row, and it is very pigmented. I'm just going to dab that into the middle of my lid for a bit of shimmer. If you can hear people yelling in my house, I really apologize. It's the only time that I can film this video right now. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back in with this brush and just like tidy up around, so we're looking very nice. And then I'm going in with the top right shade, and I'm just going to put that under my eyelid, like underneath my bottom lash, and just like blend that up into the top. Pretty good, I think that will do. And then I will just go in, since we are doing my eyes, and I will be using my highlighter just to put a little bit in the corners of my eyes. Like so. So this is what we're looking like. And the question to eyeshadow is pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. And for me, that is so easy. I'm going with Bunny by Mona Award. This bright pink right here is one of my favorite colors. I just love it. Even the contrast of the yellow, fluorescent yellow, I'm obsessed with this cover. Absolutely obsessed. If you don't know what Bunny is about, we follow our main character Samantha, and she basically goes to a college and meets the bunnies, and it gets so weird. It is a fever dream in a book. You must read it if you have not already. It is so good. I rated it 5 stars. It is one of my favorite reads of 23. Okay, so eyeliner's question is pick a dark and mysterious book. Now I actually don't do eyeliner, so I'm going to do bronzer for this instead, since there actually isn't a step for bronzer, which is kind of weird, but I'm going to do bronzer. So I use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It smells like chocolate, and I've had this for yonks, so please don't take any notice of the condition of this, because I know it's disgusting. But we're hitting the end, and this is like the one shade that doesn't really look bad on my skin. Like with my skin tone, I always find some bronzers to just be too orange. And I'll put it down into my neck area as well, but I just sculpt with bronzer pretty much. I don't use contour, and my eyebrows look so bad. Any other time they look fine, but they look terrible right now, so I apologize. So for picking a dark and mysterious book, I have gone with Death Note the manga. It is very dark. very dark themes. Light, our main character, basically finds the death note in the human world and picks it up and starts killing people because you write names in the death note and 40 seconds later they drop dead. So it is extremely dark. This is a very, it's not long, but there are, I think there's 12 volumes in the manga series, and I'm currently up to volume 9. So I haven't finished the series yet, but the first book was so good. The dialogue in a Death Note, there is a lot of dialogue as well, so go into that knowing that you will be reading quite a lot of dialogue for a manga series. The next step is mascara. So for mascara, I literally just use the Maybelline Great Lash. It's very cheap and it's only a new bottle that I have recently purchased, because if you obviously use your mascara and keep it for too long, that's how you get styes. I've had many and they're not really nice to have. I have a dog hair on my nose, and I don't curl my eyelashes either because I actually do not own a eyelash curler. Surprisingly, I have everything else. Okay, that is good enough for mascara. Mascara's question is, pick a long book, and for that one, which is very easy because I recently just finished it, House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas. This is over 800 pages, very thick, very thick. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was reading this book for so long. It took me about a month, but I was reading other books in the meantime. Still loved it. The last sentence in this book blew my mind. I thought I was going to go into cardiac arrest. I was gasping and tingling. My body would not stop tingling. It was intense. It was intense. So this is the second book to the Crescent City series, urban fantasy, angels, fae. It is such a good time. I highly recommend picking this series up. The next step is blush. So I use this very freaking old Tarte blush palette. I have had this for years and I have hardly dented it. I only really use this shade. Is called Extraordinary. I love it. It has like a pearly sheen to it, but for the bang for your buck, like you get what, 4, 5, 6, 8, you get 8 blushes and 2 highlights. I feel like definitely good. I'm going to go in with Extraordinary because that is the one blush that I use all the time, and I love blush. I think it's very pretty. I put a lot on myself, so love putting it on my cheeks, and I put some on my nose as well and on my chin. Very pretty. So that is my blush, and the question for blush is a book that had some cringe-worthy romance. And for this question, I am going with Gothicana by Ronex. I found the romance between the two characters so cringy. Like, it was a good dark romance. I love the gothic aspects and the atmosphere to it, but the romance itself was so cringy. So yes, it is a murder mystery dark romance book. I did really enjoy it, but the romance was extremely cringy. The dialogue between the two of them, I was like, why am I reading this sort of thing? But overall, it was a good time. And then the next step is highlighter, and I have also had this highlighter for years, but it is so beautiful. And obviously I think it's discontinued now, I could be wrong, but that is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. I love, it's a little bit broken, but it is stunning. It's like I would say a champagne-y color, but I literally just use my blush brush as well, and I just go in. I usually do use some setting spray, so I will put some setting spray on my brush because why not? Okay, just give it a little spritz. and I'm just going to go in. Was on my nose and on my cupid's bow, a little bit on my chin. So that is highlighter. And highlights question is, pick a book that brightened your day. And I recently just read this book and it absolutely brightened my day. I haven't stopped thinking about it. It was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, everyone needs to read this book, and that is The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is a romance. It is magic realism as well. We follow our main character Clementine, who her aunt sadly passed away 6 months ago, and we follow Clementine dealing with the grief of losing her aunt. She was extremely close to her, and so Clementine moves into her aunt's apartment, which is B4, but what she never thought to be true was her aunt Alina always used to say that the apartment was magical, and she never used to believe it until one day she walks into the apartment and sees this handsome auburn-haired man standing in her kitchen. And so that is where the story goes. It is so heartwarming. Also, so many beautiful topics are spoken about. The right place at the wrong time trope, one bed trope. So good. And if you love cooking and talking about food, this book is for you. There is a lot of talk about food and cooking because Ewan, who is our male main character, he is a chef. So it is so stinking beautiful. I love the ending. It was just so heartwarming and I can't stop thinking about it. And then the last step is lipstick. Now, I don't really wear lipstick. Let me just see if I can find one in my makeup bag, which I do not think I have one. Okay, I don't have one, but what I'll do is I'll just use some Benetint. So I have Benetint by Benefit. It is a tint that you can put on your lips or on your cheeks. So I'll be putting some on my lips. It is like apply it, pat, let it dry. Kind of just gives you a little bit of a blush effect, you know. And I'll just top it off with some Nivea lip balm because this is my savior. My lips are extremely dry at the moment. Perfect. Okay, so question to lipstick is your favorite book kiss. The easiest question ever, which for me was the only couple who I still love to death, Julia and Aaron Warner baby. Ignite Me. I remember this so vividly. I just love Warner. I love Warner. I love the Shadow Me series. It is so nostalgic. Even though I only read it last year, I freaking love Tahara Murphy and her characters. Even her recent series, This Woven Kingdom and These Infinite Threads. I just love Aaron Warner. That's all I have to say is Aaron Warner and Juliet's kiss in Ignite Me. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I love it. It is YA, but the angst, the build up, the tension between these two. Give me a new adult of Ignite Me, please. That looks like that is all the questions. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I had so much fun filming this. I had so much fun putting makeup on. I think my makeup turned out okay besides my eyebrows. They definitely can use some work. They probably need to be done. I'm not gonna lie. They need to be tinted really badly, but I really hope you all enjoy this video. I will of course put all of my friends' links to their videos down in the description below for this collaboration we did. I unfortunately don't know the creator of this tag. If not, I would have tagged their channel as well. But I really hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow, and I'll see you all on my next one. Bye.